Couple of different kinds of stoves. This is a alcohol stove that's made out of a Coke can. They're extremely light, less than an ounce, but they're not very durable. This is one called a white stove or a white box stove. It's made out of an aluminum beer can, and it is much more durable than this. There's no controls on it. You put the amount of fuel in it that you want. That much fuel will boil 2 cups of water. And out of this bottle, that's how much I used. And so what you do is you start that. One of the dangerous things about this is you can't really see if it's burning. That's lit now. And so I will put this pot of water on here, and we'll come back to it in a little bit, because what will happen, the way it works is that heats up, and then the denatured alcohol, which I use heat, which is better, or isopropyl, but heat works great. These flames will come out the side of this little device, and you get a pot that's wide enough that will absorb the heat of all of that, and it's perfect for heating 2 cups of water at minimal weight, except that you're carrying fuel. We'll come back to that in a minute. The next one I use is a solo stove. This is actually a wood stove, and it uses a vertical draft. This holds your cooking pot above the flames, works very well. Actually will boil water in about 5 minutes. All these will boil water in about 5 minutes, 2 cups. And it works fairly well also. And the way you use it is I always get the fire started with a cotton ball like this. You can see now those flames are coming out the side. So I'm going to put this pot on top, and you can see how that one heats and works. But throw up a spark into a cotton ball like that, and then you start putting sticks in, and you can cook on this also. Again, it's fixed flame. You don't really have a great deal of options in terms of what you're going to do in terms of varying heat, unlike this one, which you can vary the heat on. This is a Snow Peak stove that I like because it has a piezo igniter, and so you can turn the gas on, light it with the piezo igniter. Come on. Actually, the reason I like these better than the MSRs is because of that igniter. I always have a backup in case it won't light, but the Pocket Rockets that MSR makes doesn't have that piezo igniter, so you have to carry a spare sparking source. But this one, you can see how that's working now. It has flames that come out the side and heat the pan, and this is a really pretty incredible invention, and it'll boil that water in just a couple of minutes. But those are the stove options I use. The beauty of this one is it's ultra light, depending on how much fuel you're planning to take. This one is extremely useful because you don't have to carry fuel, you don't have to carry an extra stove, and you don't have to carry a water filter, because if your fuel supply is unlimited, you can boil enough water to put in your water bottles and carry that through the day. If you run out of water, just start a little fire, boil some more water, and put it in. I have found that I only drink about 2 quarts of water a day, and the rest of the water I can take straight out of the stream and put it on the stove, because it's going to boil before I use it to cook anyway. But these are the stoves I use, and you can see that this little white box stove is really going to town. If you just need to make yourself a cup of hot chocolate or something while you're waiting for turkeys or something like that, this is a great answer. This is a good answer if fires are permitted, you're below timberline, and you're going to be going a long ways because you don't have to carry a bunch of fuel. This is most reliable, and if there are fire restrictions, they generally will not let you use this kind of stove because it doesn't have a controller on it. But this is the one, the nice thing about this, you can cook trout or things like that in it. These two are primarily water boiling stoves. So that's what I use. You can see that that's just pretty amazing. I don't know who thought that up, but they should get a prize.